Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Cimnanya or Naya Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So I came across this video where Dr. Umar and a black woman were having a conversation, right? So it happened that Dr. Umar is very in support or trying to defend what P. Diddy did, right? So the woman actually came on live and they were having a conversation, and the woman was saying that it is very important that Black people stick together and support one another, right? And Dr. Umar was concurring to whatever she was saying, right? And I am going to ask this: how can a full grown man support all the stories going around or all the stories behind Dr. Umar? It's really kind of weird and crazy, right? And the only time Dr. Umar had problem with what she was saying, I mean, like she was really serious, saying that we need to come together and support one another, be there for one another. Not until Dr. Umar was okay with that, not until she said that she is the or the fiancé is a Caucasian. Dr. Umar lost it. Trust me. I am not going to support evil. Dr. Umar is out of order. The lady is out of order. I am not going to support them on that, right? Coming out to say something like that with all the stories and all the people involved, and all they could do is like, no, I am not supporting anybody. Let's get into it.
At the end of the day, we need to start supporting each other. We need to stop talking down on each other. We need to stop disrespecting each other. And and even if something like Diddy is going on, we need to stand behind, even if he's totally wrong. We need to stand behind that, because who you trying to stand behind? Do you know your history? Though I love my people, I love human beings. If you could respect me, I'm going to respect you. And that's the end of the conversation.
No bunny hopping, though, right? No bunny hopping.
My fiance is not black.
No, don't you say that. Your fiance is what ethnicity?
Does it matter if he's not black to you?
Beat you up, my...
He's Caucasian,
okay.
and he's a wonderful person. He's a wonderful human being, and he respects everybody. Okay, he doesn't, believe it or not, a lot of these humbled white people today who are not racist, they're not even on all of that. I really don't believe
your fiance has used the N-word before. Probably never around you. He's used the N-word before.
But I'm not gonna say he hasn't, but it's not, he used that term with his like friends and his brothers, right?
Are you comfortable with a Caucasian using the N-word at all?
It's like people are not using that word to degrade you like they did in the early 1900s and later. I mean, some are, the racists will.
So what you're saying is, when Caucasians use the N-word, and let's say N-word queen, when Caucasians use the N-word, now they're using the N-word in a positive way.
No, I'm not saying, listen, I've heard him say it before, and I've heard other white people say it before. And I kind of will just tell them, like, listen.
You heard your fiance use the N-word, and how did you respond?
I told him that it's not good for you. I said, if you use that term outside, you might get knocked the fuck out. And I educate him. We talk about these things, and I educate him. He's not going to understand it from a point of view of black people. He's not black, and he gets called that by his friends. At the end of the day, we need to start supporting each other. We need to stop talking down on each other. We need to stop disrespecting each other. And and even if something like Diddy is going on, we need to stand behind, even if he's totally wrong. We need to stand behind that, because who you trying to stand behind? Do you know your history?
Hopping, all right? No bunny hopping.
My fiance is not black.
Don't you say that.
Dr. Umar, this is really weird. It's weird as fuck. You allow somebody to come on your platform to tell the African American community that we need to stand behind Diddy and that we need to defend him, versus telling them, hey, just because that they're a part of our community doesn't exonerate them from being held accountable for their actions. You let the fact that this woman is dating a white man cloud the fact that she was saying that we as an African American community needs to stand behind Diddy and support him. support a rapist, support a pedophile, a groomer, a sex trafficker, an abuser. This man has abused people from all communities. Whether you're a man, a woman, you're non-binary, you're a transgender, you're a girl or a boy. He was a groomer, a sex trafficker. This nigga has tunnels under his home. This man has video footage of him abusing women. This man literally has camera footage of other people having sex in his home because he had cameras that were recording them the whole time. This man was blackmailing people. This man is possibly a murderer. But the fact that she was dating a white woman was what pissed you off. And you had more to say about that than simply saying just because they're a part of our community doesn't mean that we can't hold them accountable for their actions. That's not weird to you? This is only a snippet of the live that I'm sure lasted longer than that, but I'm hoping that you actually did say something about that, because anybody getting on your platform trying to tell us that we need to rally behind Diddy because he's an innocent man, that's enabling what it is that he did.
At the end of the day, we need to start supporting each other. We need to stop talking down on each other. We need to stop disrespecting.
You know, Dr. Umar, you know, he has some topics that I can agree with, but he reminds me of evangelist preacher, where he can preach some good, powerful things to motivate you, to make you feel, and even influence you to do the straight and narrow way. But when it comes to, you find out that you have some, you know, church members that are pedophiles, and they, you know, they did their time and they need to get their spiritual cleansing and get their mind right. He will be the advocate to say, yes, they are welcome. They must have the equal opportunity like everybody else, even though there's children in members. But meanwhile, you tell people that's in the LGBTQ that they're not allowed because you don't want that stuff in the church. But you get to find out that same preacher is a homosexual. I'm not saying he is. I'm just using that. I'm just using that analogy. And then, but he's a homosexual in the dark. Make that make sense. Meaning, like, you talk a good game, but you're not following. You know what Dr. Umar seen? He's seeing a pretty brown skinned thing standing in front of him, and all he's doing is saying, "I wish I could tap that sister." You know what I'm saying? So meanwhile, he just saying and giving all that facial expression because he's seen a sister coming, telling him, just running up his mouth. Now, first of all, it's the same thing when R. Kelly had his problem. You saw some of the people in the black community, and it was so ironic. Even the people in the white community, they were coming to them saying, "You guys are crazy." They said this man had done things to people, to women. Okay? Why would you support that? And I noticed that they don't play his music. But soon as P. Diddy is being indicted and he's in jail because they think he's a flight risk and they think that he's going to try to contaminate, you know, the evidence and stuff, because they know he's dangerous and they know he's ruthless. I see everybody on streaming platform playing his music. Before, you never heard of P. Diddy's music. Now you're hearing P. Diddy's music. You're hearing Harlem World Shake. You're hearing Bad Boy for Life. And you hearing the song that was singing with More Money, More Problems with Biggie Small. I mean, you guys are not even promoting Biggie Small. You guys are promoting the Bad Boy Entertainment. Okay? I don't even see you promoting Junior Mafia, but that's okay. But you understand what I'm saying? And I'm like, to the people there, and even this woman that was in Dr. Umar's scream and telling that foolishness, I will have to make sure to hide you away from my children. Because if you're going to condone a man to pretty much was pimping other people, children, then you're just as sick as him. Coercing people and then telling them that you got the tape to let them do your demise. Come on. Let's not be disgusting. But guess what? This is the same type of people that will come on this app and support a woman talking about that how she slept with somebody out of her marriage as a clapback and then received chlamydia, okay? And probably gave it to him too. And then meanwhile, they're going out there and they slapping it to other people. All right? And then meanwhile, they say, oh, she's the girl. She's the GOAT. She got back at him. That's that Bronx girls. They do that. Yeah, because Bronx girls are dirty. Some of them, not all. Okay? No. That dirty mindset. But when Sexy Red had a whole case full of lip balm and calling it all kind of derogatory, contaminated disease, y'all sat there and said, yeah. When Cardi B turns around and says she wants to nut it in her mouth and swallow it, she don't gulp it, blah, blah, blah. Y'all saying that that's good. That's her. That's how she get her man. And when she says she drug them, fuck them, and get their money, you know, yeah, she's the GOAT. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. So imagine if it's your husband or your boyfriend or your child and she turned around and drugged him and then, God forbid, take all his money, will he end up being broke? Okay? And then talk about it. I mean, to me, that's a criminal act. That's what that's what P. Diddy was doing. That was Bill Cosby was doing. Okay? Not taking their money, but taking their treasures. Okay? Their prized possessions. And putting something over them and blacklisting them if they talk too much or they don't like their character. And what did she do? The same kind of decrypted thing. If you talk about her, you say something, she's ready to slap you with a lawsuit. But it came out of her mouth. Because she had the industry to pretty much support her slackness. Because all they were looking at is making money off of her. So make that make sense. Dr. Umar, he plays both sides of his mouth sometimes, especially when there's a pretty young thing in front of him. Okay? At least he support the brown sugar sisters. All right? But behind closed doors, he probably support the snow bunnies too. And tell them, don't take no pictures, please. Just like how the pastor would say, oh, we have to support our men. Protect them. Even though he doing domestic violence and beating the crap out of his wife. And he have a baby mother somewhere and ain't paying no child support because he's doing the same thing too.
So this is all I got from this video. And trust me, anybody that will tell you that, let's support our own, even when he is doing the wrong thing and when he is like, I do not know why somebody would or will support something like that. I don't care who you are. Family, I don't care. Whoever, friend, I don't care. I am not going to support you. Something like this is, if you can support somebody that is SAing people or doing something like that, trust me, you are very dangerous and kids are not safe around you. And you are not supposed to be living among us because that is a horrible thing to support. I thought that as we keep growing, there are some things that we've agreed with our, we know with our sense that this is deadly wrong, right? So I don't care whoever will have to say Dr. Umar is out of order. I don't care. So he was supporting the sister. The sister said, let's support our own. Like, how dare you come out to say, whose own is that? You and who supporting who? For what exactly? No, I don't do that. I do not support that. No. And he was really very cool with the lady, was okay with, he was like, yeah, let's support our own. He would concord with everything, right? Not until she mentioned she is dating a Caucasian. Then that became a problem. So now dating a Caucasian is the worst thing to do. See, do not get me wrong. But I am, for those that will say, I am comparing dating a Caucasian, right? And supporting what Diddy did to people. And it was okay for him to support Diddy, but not okay for him to support the lady who is dating a Caucasian. Both of them fit one another. Because for her to come out and say, let's support who? And he is concurring, not until this nobody thing. Like Sister Black Pearl said, do not be surprised that Dr. Umar is out there supporting the snow bunny too. Do not be surprised. And I wouldn't be surprised at all. It is really all messed up, but yeah, it is what it is. That's all I got. See you all in my next video. I don't support rubbish. Bye for now.